Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. We will be discussing something super important, which is AI and different sources that we have on our hand to use to nurture, develop, and convert leads. And I have the pleasure today to receive Ivan Hernandez. I know him from a long time. He's representing NAHREP, which is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Agents. And we also have NAHREP. It's a company that do AI, one and so welcome. I am leaving you into the hands. You can start.
Thank you, Rachel. Buenos dias, good morning. So we're going to be doing this class in English just so that everyone has a good understanding of the content today. If you have any questions afterwards and you're more comfortable asking me in español, nos podemos ver después. Okay? Excellent. So my name is Ivan Hernandez. Today we're going to talk about AI and we're going to talk about lead conversion. That's going to be an important part of today's conversation. Before I start anything, since we're going to be using AI, okay, let's start on the funny side of things. So I asked AI to give us a joke to start the class today. Let's see how funny it is, okay? Nope, don't take it against me. It's AI. All right, let's see. Why do Florida real estate agents never trust a waterfront property description? And if anyone knows at home or at where you're watching us from, put it in the chat. Why do Florida real estate agents never trust a waterfront property description? No clue? Because half of the time the waterfront is in the backyard and the other half is in the living room after hurricane season. All right, we give it a laugh. If it helps us being funny, it can help us with our business. There you go. So I'm here representing the NAHREP 10 disciplines. And the NAHREP 10 disciplines, I represent an organization called NAHREP, National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. How many of us know about NAHREP? 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Good. So after today, everyone's going to know. NAHREP got started in 2000, so we've been around for 20 years. 26 years, sorry, my math is off today. I'm already picking a Friday, sorry. The organization started originally wanting to help out Latino agents become better at their profession. That was the original goal back in 2000. Well, turns out that our classes were so popular, Latinos started coming in waves to the United States, and it became an organization that welcomes everyone. As you can see, I'm teaching a class in English. All of this is written in English. Therefore, we welcome every demographic. We've now grown to over 45,000 members across the country. We have about 100 chapters all throughout the United States. I represent the West Broward chapter. I'm going to be the serving vice president next year of our chapter, West Broward. So we're in West Broward. This is your chapter. And I'm also a NAHREP 10 certified trainer, and our goal and our objective as certified trainers is to let you know how to minimize the wealth gap in America, which means how you can make more money, how you can be wealthy. How many of us want to be wealthy? Two people, three people, three honest people. Come on, everyone. Riqueza. Okay. If you want to know more about our disciplines, I encourage you to take a picture of this. That way you know our disciplines, and then you can always tap on the QR code so that you get to learn more. We're a nonprofit organization. We do events and sponsorships in order to help us do our events and help us come out to offices. So thank you, Rachel, and the rest of the leadership team here at White Brick for welcoming us. Speaking of events, everyone get the picture? Yeah. And everyone at home, also have, for those of you that are at home, have your phones ready or do screenshots if you're watching us from your cell phone, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that I want you to hold for the future. Same goes for here. Take pictures. We have an event coming up July 30th. It's here in Davie. Can't miss it. It's literally 15 minutes away from where we're at. And we're gonna talk about beyond the commission, which is what are some better ways that you can use your money after you get your commission check? Anyone here went on a trip after, you got a nice commission check?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to take care of yourself. Also, have you saved some money, maybe put it in a savings account after you got a commission check? Yeah, okay, paying bills, of course. What about buying investment property? Yeah, see, so those are two common things that I hear from people in our business. They get a commission check, they go and do something fun, yes, you earned it, take care of yourself, they pay bills, and then they invest the rest on investment properties. Because I mean, that's what we know how to do. We tell investors, buy investment properties. So we came up with this idea because I had a conversation with this guy right here, Michael Velez. And he told me, Ivan, that's great that you're planning on your future. That's great that you're investing and things like that. But let me ask you something. So you have a 9-year-old. I have a 9-year-old. What if tomorrow, heaven forbid, something happens to you and you pass away? What's going to happen to your son? Is he taken care of? And I'm like, was not. Because of him, I ended up buying term life insurance. So that if anything happens to me, my son is taken care of. And these are the things that we want you to start thinking about for how to build wealth with the commissions that you work so hard to get. Okay, so this event, remember, we're a nonprofit. We charge for our tickets so that we can continue staying active. Tickets are super cheap. $25 if you're going to be a future member. If you're already a member, $10. Our membership is $50 a year, and it pays for itself. Okay, we host 4 events per year, and we do them all here in West Broward. Okay, so the QR code that you see on your screen is for how you register. If you want to register with me afterwards, I'd love to speak with you, and then we can get you registered for the class. That's going to be great. It's going to be, it says from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The class runs from 11 to 1 or 11 to 12:30, but we have a free networking expo. Some of my best relationships in my career, I've learned them through NAHREP. Lots of things that I've learned for building a business. Okay. So welcome to AI for lead conversion. How top agents stop losing leads after hours. I'm Ivan Hernandez. I've been in the business for 10 years. I'm licensed here in the state of Florida. I also served as professional development for Florida Realtors. And as I just shared with you, I'm a NAHREP 10 certified trainer. I will be vice president of the NAHREP West Broward chapter. And for me, it's been always a passion to help upskill people because I've had to teach many things myself. How many of you have had to teach yourself things like going into YouTube University to learn things? Yeah, and it's, it takes time. We could be doing better things with our lives. So that's my way of giving back to the community, giving back to the real estate business that has been so good to me. Here's my information. If you want to scan the QR code that you see on your screen, let me get this away. There you go. Suit jacket. Thank you. Red is my favorite color. Now you know. See if you can scan the QR code. Okay, that's how you're gonna get all of the information from me. If you need to ask me a question, text me. All of my social feeds are in there. I'm active on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're gonna get to hear about an example that I had about social media, because here's what happened. So for some time, I was working for coaching and development for Compass, right? And because I was mostly focused on helping to upskill real estate agents, I couldn't sell real estate. I had to refer my leads out. So I was like, okay, how do I still stay active while helping to coach people? So I thought of this idea. Let me build a page on Instagram in which I can tell people how great it is to live in South Florida. So I came up with South Florida Ivan. Very easy. My name, Ivan, and South Florida. Can't forget. And you can go and find it on Instagram. I'd love your support. South Florida Ivan on Instagram. So that page Started at about 200 followers. I started this 6 months ago. And it started at around 200 followers. And I was like, how do we get moving? One day, my girlfriend, she asked me, she said, hey, how's the page going? And I remember we were in the car and I'm like, I'm sitting at 200 followers. And how many of us have had problems just getting followers on a daily, like we post, and nothing. So then she said, why don't you invest in ads through Meta ads? Anyone here ever tried Meta ads? Okay, good. And I'm like, I don't really know about Meta ads. I know I see the boost post button. That's all I see. She's like, try it. I'm like, all right, well, let's put $10 and see what happens. It's like buying a lottery ticket. So I put in $10. I remember that was my first investment, and I got one follower. Okay? But I paid $10 for a follower. It's a big expense. Guys, after being consistent with my ads, because I'm like, this works. Okay, let me learn more about it. I taught myself Meta ads, 3 months on YouTube University, scraping articles, like doing a lot. I was able to get a good understanding of it. I'm not an expert by any means, but I got the account to grow to close to 11,000 followers just through ads. 11,000 followers. Now I have the metrics down that it's 26 cents per follower. That's how much I pay. I got it down from $10 to 26 cents per follower. And all of these people have given me their email addresses, which means that I'm nurturing the relationship so that when they're ready to convert, because not every buyer and seller is ready to convert, they know that I'm available. And I give them information of value. It's not just real estate. I sprinkle real estate, but I tell them things to do in the community. I do videos about new spots. I have fun with it. And that's why it's grown so much. But at the beginning, I needed some ads. And I still pay for ads. The guys from the house helped me with ads. That's why I wanted to bring them today. Because I wanted to share how powerful it is to invest in our business.
How long took you to have their example? How long?
It's I'd say less than 2 months. Being consistent. Yeah. And here's something that happened. So growth created more attention. Growth now required me, okay, every single follower, I don't want them just to be a number because we're developing relationships. So I interact with every single person that follows. Here's the thing though, every conversation, every DM, there's more stuff to try. And it started taking away from my time. There was a memory, vivid memory. So my son, ever since he was 3 years of age, and anyone like Flanagan's? We have Flanagan's around the corner. Yeah. So since he was 3 years of age, I've taken him to eat wings weekly. That's been a little tradition, father and son moment. So we're eating wings, and I get that day. I remember I got 11 followers in like an hour. And I looked at the phone, looked at the notification, and I'm like, okay, let me reply to these people. Let me reply to these people. It took about 10 minutes to reply to each one. And my son was telling me a story. And I asked him afterwards, I'm like, okay, sorry, Bobby. Can you tell me, he was telling me a story about school. He was playing football, flag football at his school. And he's like, I forgot what I was telling. And that's where it clicked. I was like, we want to grow our business. I'm growing my business. I'm being focused on growing my business. But now I'm letting it slide with my family. The important things in life, the very important, business is important, but the very important things in life, like our family, I'm letting it slip away because I'm focusing more on the business. So that's where it hit. And I'm like, there has to be a better one. And AI is here to help us. So that's where AI is not just for writing an email. The problem is not always more leads. How many of us want more leads? 3 honesty, 4 honesty. Good. But that's not the problem. I've been in over 20 conferences as a conference speaker. And usually the classes about lead generation are the ones that fill out. Well, here's the thing. Lead generation is not a problem because I can go to Publix with my name tag upside down, someone will point it out and I can start a conversation. Oh, I'm sorry, I was so busy. Thank you for noticing. I was so busy that I just came out from a showing. This market seems to be very active. Are you someone that lives here? And then just start a conversation and get a lead. Easy. Problem is not getting leads. The problem is nurturing the leads. Because that person that you meet at the supermarket, is that person ready to buy or sell a house right now? Probably not. Probably not. So you got to foster that relationship. It could take 3 months, it could take 6 months, it could take a year, it could take 2 years. I had a prior job that I had, in which I was doing business, real estate business. There's still a lead that I referred out from 3.5 years ago. And it still hasn't converted. I'm still in conversations with the agent that's helping me do it. And the client is still taking his time. He's a relocation lead from California. He's still taking his time until the market is good. And I'm sure you may have clients like that, that's just taking their sweet time about, right? So what do we do in the meantime? That's where AI comes in. And ask yourself, how many leads do I have right now that are gathering dust? Ask yourself that question. You don't have to answer, just ask yourself. How many people I've spoken to that maybe I stopped talking to, but that I gained that lead? Ask yourself that question. How many of us are using a CRM consistently? 2 people, 3. Today, I want all of you to use some sort of track. If you use CRM, now you can use AI for this. So now I have another question. Within, let's say, last night to this morning, did you go to AI for something not related to real estate? Maybe getting a recipe for what to make for dinner, what to answer your husband if he pissed you off. We go to AI more often than we do social media efforts. AI is here taking everything by storm. So let's use it to help us with our business. And now, how can we use it for follow-up? Ask yourself for your leads. The last lead that you got, how long did it take you to respond? Anyone here want to share? How long did it take you to respond? Last lead that you got, anything, buying, selling, rental, how long did it take you to respond? 4 hours. 4 hours. Thank you for being so honest. Great. 4 hours. Usually it's more. Usually it takes someone about 8 to 10 hours. So let me show you some interesting statistics about how important it is to reply right away. Here's where NAHREP comes in. It's like, okay, I mean, talk to me about NAHREP, like now you're talking about follow-up. We want to reduce the wealth gap in America. We want everyone first to be wealthy. So in order to be wealthy, you have to beat the top 10 in your profession because it is the top 10 of people that get 80% of the business. Remember that statistic. Top 10% of people get 80% of the business. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is invest at least 20% of your income. So invest it into stocks, invest it into real estate, invest it in your business. Have we heard of the saying, in order to make money, you gotta do what? Invest money, spend money. So knowing your net worth, which is discipline number 6, includes knowing how much your business is worth. Do your leads, those that are gathering dust, do they have some sort of value? Yes or no? They do. Even if they're sleeping, they have some sort of value. I think Gemini wants that. Gemini is like, I'm watching this too. This makes sense. So top agents use systems. Probably have heard real estate influencers say, you gotta get the system, you gotta get this thing, you gotta get... Yes, it's true, right? I've noticed that a lot of influencers will help you set something up, will help coach you how to set it up. Then after that, you're on your own. There's no support. figure it out. Technology is rapidly changing too. 6 months ago, did anyone here today, anyone here heard of Claude Cowork? Come on. 6 months ago, was Claude Cowork in the minds of people? No. See how quickly technology is changing? So we have to be up to date with systems, but you also have things to do. Show property, deal with clients, run the office. Yeah. What did I do? Yeah. 62% of all real estate inquiries, 62% happen outside of the business hours. So everything in green, 14 hours per day, real estate inquiries are happening. You may work 10 hours during the day, because eight hours, right? Maybe you put in 2 additional ones. 62% of real estate inquiries happen outside of business hours. If people are looking online, because 90% of home buyers start their search online. And check this stat at the bottom. 70% of buyers, 70% work with the first agent and respond. 70%. That's a big number. So the first one to respond to the agent wins. I want us to, if you have pen and paper, or maybe in your notes, ask yourself, and Rachel, you already did this perfect. But ask yourself, write it down, you have to share it, write it down, when you got your last lead, how long did it take you to respond to it? Did you know what the lead was about? And ask yourself, how many times did you follow up after you got that lead? Do I have a brave volunteer to share, if you can already think of this? How many times did you follow up with that person? And if there's none, I get it. It might be that you're writing it down. Ask yourself, yes,
Like twice.
twice. Thank you for being so open to share. Twice. Okay. You followed up twice. Did that convert?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, you're still in conversation. Good.
I'm still trying to connect with her, make a conversation.
I was a leads manager for an office a few years ago, and that was the hardest part. Like, we would get leads, 200, 300 leads. It was the hardest part was getting people to answer the phone, especially the ones that said, I want to go see this property. Great, I'm here to make an appointment so I can connect you with one of our agents. No response. I realized that it took me 7 attempts to get a hold of the person. 7 attempts. So remind me your name?
Chase.
Chase, you got 5 more attempts. 2, you're in the process. You got 5 more.
Right.
5 more. 5 more attempts to get a hold of someone. If you don't know what your follow-up activity is, if you don't know your response time, start tracking those numbers. Rachel knows it's 4 hours. Chase knows that it's 2 hours, two attempts that he did. Ask yourself, where am I? Because this is going to help me. This is how now I know for my Instagram, for the people that I follow, that I'm slowly doing the 11,000 followers and beyond for real estate down the road. I now know that it's 26 cents a follow. And I have their email address.
So quick question.
Yeah.
So you're saying that everybody that engages you on Instagram or Facebook, you're sending them a DM, or you're saying, thanks for liking my post, you're giving them some type of engagement? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
In my case, I really like for hours to call personally, or the CRM, send text message and email.
Okay. That's a
That
good start.
counts,
That's a good start. That's good.
because text message was like instantly,
Yeah.
is this is something,
Yeah.
so yeah.
What after it sends one text message, does it send more?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Usually around.
If it's the default campaign,
Yeah.
it will be doing follow up for up to 2 weeks.
Oh,
But you can change that.
you can check. Okay.
From that 11,000 followers, what percent is having newcomers in lead?
But right now that I referred business, and I started this 6 months ago, I've already referred 5% of the leads. And it's referral, so they have to convert, they're now with the number 8.
One of the follow, okay, so going back to the Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
So are you just reacting to whatever they post, or what's your specific follow-up with it? Or is it just any engagement?
It's one engagement that's automatic. I've already got it down automatic with the assistance of their help, which I'll explain later how it works. But then after that, there's gonna be a point where I have to do it myself. Because I want to show the human side of things. So, well, it's a mix of everything. I also have lead magnets as well. A lead magnet, what it is, you know, where it says comment the such word and we'll send you something.
Yeah, like there's a recipe, and you say yum, a recipe.
Yeah.
Then it automatically sends you the recipe.
That's part
Check.
of the mix. Yeah. So this about follow-up is very important. Thank you for sharing those numbers, that you already have a CRM product that will help you follow. It's good. If you responded in the first 5 minutes, the likelihood of you converting that lead jumps to 21 times. The lead is 21 times more likely to convert. After 5 minutes, it drops to 10. 10 times, so you still have a good chance. After an hour is what I like to call the dead zone. It's very likely that by then, that person, that buyer or seller, went to another agent. So when I learned about these numbers, I was like, man, like I'm spending money in ads. I need to respond right away. And that's where, when I was at that Flanagan's with my son, I got the followers and they responding right away so that I could stay within at least the hour. I want to make it within 5 minutes. But then I noticed that it started consuming my life. And I want you to have your life back. I want you to enjoy time with your family. I want you to enjoy time with your loved ones, while still doing what you need to do to grow your business. For those of us that are not using a CRM, please get with Rochelle to know the options that we have here at the office. That's the first thing. If you still want to use AI, remember, AI is, we're logging into AI more times than we're logging into anything else. So you might as well use it for your business. I'm about to give you a prompt. If you want your AI, any AI tool, how many ChatGPT users we have? Claude users. Gemini. I like Gemini for pictures. I like it for pictures. ChatGPT is catching up with the quality of the image. It's very good. Another one that you should start hearing about now, Kimi. It's Chinese. Kimi. It's going to start getting more and more popular. And I'll explain why in a moment.
How do you spell it?
K-I-M-I. Kimi. This is the prompt. If you want to use your AI as your CRM. So take a picture of it, because this prompt is going to help you take your lead. It's going to ask you for each lead, where it came from, time received, first response, next follow-up date, and it's going to build up a follow-up plan for you within the prompt. You know how we have chats on the left-hand side of our AI tool that you open up and it says your history of chats? Open up a chat for every single one of your leads. If you're logging into AI to figure out how to answer your husband or your wife or getting a cooking recipe, do it for your business. At least do that. But guys, please check with Rochelle so that you know your options for a CRM that's offered here at the office. Okay? So that everyone gets. And put this into practice at a time when you're comfortable, when you're sitting down. Don't try to do it now because you're going to miss out on the other prompts that we have.
I don't,
The what, sir?
the product is,
Mhm.
you are a real estate taking assistant.
Yeah.
Okay. And then. You
Ask me for any detail I don't provide. So if I just write John Smith, new lead. If that's all I give it, it's going to ask me, where did the lead come from? When was it received? When did they respond? whether I contacted the lead, whether an appointment was booked. The next follow-up date is gonna ask me to tag it. Is this a hot lead? Is this a long-term lead? They need financing? And then it'll build a follow-up plan based on these responses.
Hmm.
It'll give you the stuff to write in your emails, your texts. Okay, so this is one.
What is the AI that you use most frequently for this type of?
I like to shop it. Meaning, I use sometimes, if I'm up to using ChatGPT. One. Claude, but that's, the reason why I use many is because I'm teaching people how to use it. For you, find the one that you're more comfortable with. That's the key. The technology is gonna be evolving. Now these companies are competing against one another. ChatGPT just came out with GPT 5.6 Soul, which is gonna give Claude a run for its money. So use the one that you're more comfortable. They're all very capable.
It's fine too.
See, Cowork, some of us were using Claude Cowork, right? If you haven't downloaded that, Claude Cowork is for your computer. You can't use Claude Cowork on your phone yet. I see that at some point they're gonna make it available. But right now it runs on your computer. Claude Cowork. Claude Cowork takes over your computer if you let it to. You can tell it, I want you to send the email corresponding to the campaign. See what I did? I just pasted a picture of the prompt that I gave you all. Got it. I'll run the intake, tag the lead, build a follow-up plan, and send the email via Gmail. It'll send it for you if you allow it. But hold on. Google does not allow any external companies to send emails through their account. So it'll create a draft, which you can check whenever you wake up or whenever you're free. Okay, I'm okay with sending this email, send. Claude Code. Okay. You can let the computer run the automation. If you so allow. With an asterisk, because there's still things you gotta do manually. Here's another set of prompts. If you wanna try out Claude Cowork. This is a prompt for that tool. This is going to have it automatically run itself. And it's gonna log your leads into a Google Sheet. So for this, you will have to connect your Google Drive. You will have to connect your Gmail to Claude. Is it safe? Yes. Claude Cowork only lives within what I like to call a sandbox. Only within the area of your computer that you want it to run itself. It can also run your browser too. It can run your Google Chrome. Here's where I think that just having just don't have like your bank account logged in as a computer is logged into you, right? Be safe. But your email is fine. And this is gonna run the same prompt, but it's gonna log the leads for you in a spreadsheet so that you know what they are. And then every morning, it's programmed to check any special dates that you have told the AI. Birthday, home purchase anniversary, purchase month. And it'll send out an email for you. Does your company CRM do that? Like have special dates and it sends that email at least or?
Yes, it has, it's both trails,
Okay.
so it has AI inside,
Okay,
but they have to program it. So if you have the contacts there and you don't have any campaign or anything, nothing will happen. You have to put all the information, basic information, but when you visit a lead, it also will have a summary of what they found about it. And it's search for social media, Indeed, or things like that to see if they found more information about the person.
okay, so
It's not living.
it has some powerful stuff. It has some powerful stuff. It looks through things. Check with Rochelle to see what your options are for using the CRM that you're provided here. But yeah.
And just, what I've been seeing is that, yes, there are full campaigns, but yes, you should create your own personalized campaigns. And that's something that I've been seeing that many fails to do. They do their own stuff, their personalized thing. And to do that, you can use the assistance of AI that can give you ideas of the of the emails or the touches for each one of them. But you have to program it. If you don't do that, nothing will happen.
Those two prompts I gave you will give you content ideas, things to say. Okay. So this is AI. Raise, for those of you that are using a CRM right now, just raise your hand. This is gonna be used for you, CRM users. Okay. And this is, just let me know if this is possible. Can you monitor the email to see if anyone responded to one of the emails sent from this effort? Yes. Here's how it works. I've set up a scheduled task. So it'll run a scheduled task. The only problem is what happens if I get a lead at 2 a.m.? What if it's someone that is thinking about buying a house, they can't sleep, they wake up, they go and they find your listing and they send you their information. The AI won't respond right now because you have to schedule. Okay, remember, if we respond within the first 5 minutes, we're increasing the likelihood 21 times. So AI is helpful. There's still a few limitations. This right here is for the CRM users. Bold Trail, Follow Up Boss, HubSpot, KB4, it works with all of them.
Yeah, keep it for his both.
Yeah. You can, anyone here heard of Zapier? Zapier? Do we remember the landline phones back in the day? They had this cord. So think that the AI is, think of your CRM as being the unit where you dial. And then the headset being your AI tool. Zapier is the cord that connects them both. Free to set up Zapier. They give you free Zaps, free phone cords so that you can connect your CRMs with Claude or ChatGPT or whichever AI you use. And then you program and have this as a resource. Right now, this might be a lot, just have it as a resource. You're gonna say, once you create your Zapier account, you're gonna say, connect Claude to my CRM. And for every time that there's like a new date, run the automation from whatever was programmed, let's say in your campaigns. So run on this day. And Claude will set it up for you. But you have to know what you're doing. That's the thing. Zapier does require a little bit of tech background. But if you're a do-it-yourselfer, this is here available for you. How many of us like to go to Lowe's and Home Depot to fix things at home? Few of us. If you're a DIYer, right here, ready for you. If we'd rather get professional advice and service, I'm going to tell you a few options that are available. Okay, because it's just, for me, it's just much easier to delegate it to someone that knows what they're doing. That way I can focus on the things that I like to do, which is growing my business.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Number 3,
Mhm.
the get trigger.
Yeah.
You said the trigger here or where?
You search for the CRM and then the trigger event could be something like new lead in Zapier. New lead. Yeah, and then once it's a new lead, Zapier will search inside the CRM since it's connected. It'll search whether that's a new lead and then it will kick off the campaign that it needs to go. And then you have to publish it and Claude Covert will do the rest. This can be done also in ChatGPT work. Yeah.
So what do you think is the easiest CRM to work with? Out of the ones we've worked with before, whether it's HubSpot or Bold Trail or one of those?
Personally, there's so many options out there that I would go with what is most cost efficient. So I would go with the one that you're offered at your office. Because at least they're helping you, I don't know if they're helping you offset some of the costs. I would go there.
But if that wasn't an option, which one would you choose?
I mean,
What do you use?
Bold Trail is pretty powerful. I use one that's called MoxieWorks.
I have nothing.
But I would say, stick with what's offered at your office first. Because we're talking also about expenses for the business. That's an important consideration. We can learn a procedure for any CRM.
That is the CRM that you have is the #1 CRM with AI integrated for the second year in a row. And when I don't know,
Pero no nos permiten integrar mucho a
but you can do self-service with both.
Pero tú a una porque hay otra vez.
Well, maybe you can do it, connecting through Zapier.
Zapier is a great
Zapier.
middle ground.
And if you hire both trails, so typical, on your own, I did my math, one time that I was changing from brokerage, because I wanted to stick with the CRM, it was 500 something monthly. And you have it included with the company.
And here's a couple of things also that I want us to think about AI. So standalone AI doesn't automatically send a text message. It doesn't make a phone call. Standalone AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, all of these ones that are available to the market. They won't make the call. They won't book an appointment for it. They won't go inside or Google Calendar to book an appointment. They won't do that. It won't read every reply. It won't stay. And a lot of CRMs, Gold Trail included, will not stay following up with that person 1 year, 2 years down the road. Many of the leads take very long time to convert. And here's another consideration to have. Has anyone seen these messages while they were using AI? That's the next trend. Anyone heard of tokens? Tokens?
Yeah.
Tokens.
Yeah, I love tokens.
You got a token? Remember going to the arcade? Yesterday I was at Dave and Buster's with my son. We ran out of tokens. I can go home. Tokens are now how AI is gauging how much you can use it. So if you run out of tokens, it'll say, hey, you hit your session limit, you gotta do this again about at 2:30 this afternoon. I'm working on my business. This is a problem. This is a huge problem. It will offer us, oh, you can buy usage credit. That's, all of you are gonna see it at some point. You ran out of tokens. Look at this. I was on Claude 3 nights ago, and I did a screenshot of this. Claude already knows that you're burning your token. Are you burning the midnight tokens? It wants us to consume. I was teaching a class and someone there is like, oh, AI is turning into your drug dealer. You know, it gets you addicted to it and then it wants to charge you more. It's true. CRMs, a lot of these CRMs, they're also charging you for follow-up too. They're charging you per call, per text after a certain limit. So that's where we want an option that keeps our costs constant, consistent. Because if we don't know our costs, we may have big problems, financial problems. Let me show you these two examples. So this on the left, Uber. Uber is now telling their employees that they're blowing through the budgets because they're using AI too much for their job. Hey, stop using AI so much because they're just blowing up our budgets.
How's that Uber driver using Uber?
No, it's Uber corporate. Uber corporate.
Oh.
Yeah. On the right, that's an example of someone that originally was paying about $50 for AI. And you know how they asked us to put in our credit card to charge us the monthly fee? That means they can do whatever they want with your credit card. $3,000 bill a month after.
No. With extra tokens?
Because they had it programmed in a way that it would run the tokens, and the person was just like, yeah, I need to do this work. Okay. And it doesn't exactly tell, it gives you a mathematical computation, but in token terms. We don't understand, it's like 0.0005 per token. Well, to get a recipe, think of it like 5 tokens, 10 tokens. It's like having a prepaid token card and I'll give it to my 9-year-old son. Here, you want to go play games? He'll run a big bill. I guarantee you that. So that's something that we need to assess. CRMs included, because CRMs will charge you per calls after a certain limit. They will charge you per text after a certain limit. And the problem is, we still got to follow up. 92% of leads require nurture. 92%. 8% will convert within the first 30 to 90 days. Great, but that's 8%. We can't live off 8% conversions. We got to stay with the rest of the 92%. I'm gonna give you one that you can use with every single lead right now. Think of the people that you haven't spoken with in a while, or think with your clients. I've turned keywords on my phone so that I can give them a quick reply. Anyone here have text shortcuts? Text shortcuts? Let me show you how this works. I'll come back to this in a moment. I'm sending a text, right? Let's say I get a response and I type a shortcut, one intro. Look at how it gives me a full message. And all I do is I replace the name of the client. How many of you have iPhones? How many of you have Androids? All of you can use it. You have it built in your phone, no extra charge. Text replacement. So this that I showed you earlier, I use Miami as an example. If I have a lead for Miami, I just type Miami lead. Hi, this is Ivan. I saw your request about the property in Miami. If you're looking for a primary home, investment property, are you still exploring options? And it'll expand the text. You just send it. So after that incident with my son, when we were eating wings, I started doing quick responses to my followers and the people that I have the phone numbers for. AI can build you all of your text. You just have to put them into your phone, which is simple. Let me show you how that's done. You guys got your phones?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to do it for iPhone first, and then I'll give you the steps if you're an Android user. Okay, hold on. There you go. So this is iPhone. You go into the General tab, Settings. You look for General. Okay, General. Settings General. And you look for Keyboard. See where it says text replacement at the top?
Keyboard.
Keyboard. And then look for text replacement.
Text replacement.
Those are all of the little shortcuts that I've created. How many of you wish someone happy birthday on Facebook?
Not enough of it, obviously.
I wish everyone a happy birthday. Everyone deserves to be wished a happy birthday on their special day. So I have a shortcut that's not that generic AI written thing by Meta. No, it's one that sounds more genuine. I just type the word birthday and it expands the text. Send. It takes me 30 seconds to wish 20 happy birthdays. Right?
The shortcut in the.
Yeah, let me show you again. So general, you go to general, iPhone users, general, look for keyboard. And then you go to text replacement. At the top.
Well, how do you, when you hit that, how do you?
I'm gonna show you how to set up the replacement.
Right there right now.
I'm gonna show you.
He's gonna do that now.
I'm gonna show you. Look. So once we find text replacement,
Okay.
it gives us this screen where all our, whatever we've written before shows up. We click a plus sign at the top. Let me see if I can move this. Okay. Let me replace. Okay. All right, so we find text replacement. Notice that at the top there's a plus sign.
Oh,
Click the plus sign and then it says, what is the phrase? And what is the shortcut that you want to type so that the whole phrase expands? So like on this one, if you have questions about the process, please count on me. That's just a generic response. You can do this with all of your responses that you want to do quickly right away so that you can expedite your response. Especially if you get a brand new lead and you're like, oh, I'm busy, shortcut. There was someone in a class that I met that she decided to do a post for Facebook for every time that she lists a new property. It's the same message, but it's just a quick shortcut.
And then after you buy the phrase, you could say.
And then, yeah, you hit save, you hit return. There's a save and return. And afterwards, I'll be happy to stick around for a few more minutes and help you set this up. If you're on Android, these are the steps. I don't have an Android phone. So the best I can do is just write out the steps for you.
Wow.
So on the left is if you're using Gboard, which is Google, Motorola. If you're on a Samsung Android, it's on the right. How to set it up. So take a picture of this. I would just say, take that picture of this. That way you get home, you can sit down, you can set this up. This will help you. This will game changer for me. This is great. The thing is, what if we're showing a house? Rachel, I'm showing her a house. She's a buyer. I got a new lead. Excuse me, so I got it. While you're seeing the home. Are we gonna do that with our buyer? If you're doing this, don't say it. We want to give our buyer, our client, undivided attention. But what happens if that occurs? What happens if you're sleeping? And the lead comes in? Am I gonna wake up, do the text replacement? I won't be able to sleep. And your business runs 24 hours a day. So this is where technology can help us. These are some of the templates that I created. You can prompt your AI to give you text replacement prompts. Just ask your favorite AI tool, hey, give me some text replacement phrases and appropriate keyboards. If you want to take a picture, I saw that some of you were already taking a picture of this, so great. But you can use this as an example so that your favorite AI tool can give you the full response. But here's where I came to the following conclusion. I'm like, all of this stuff is helpful. I could set things up, have AI help me maybe 50% of the way. Now I have these tools in my phone that are built in that I can use to replace text. Shortcuts makes the responses easy. Standalone AI can help me do some of the interaction. Some. What about your old leads? The leads that are gathering dust. How do you reignite those? Here's a prompt that you can put into your favorite AI tool, which is going to give you short, friendly text messages for a past online lead so that you can read them. And then the AI is programmed to give you 3 additional texts in the event that they don't respond on the first one. And if you have a hook, if you have, let's say, a new property, hey, I'm letting all of my clients know I have this great listing, use that as a hook. You can use that as a hook. If not, if you don't have any listings, what is the policy here to share all this inventory?
You can share any listing that you
You
have.
heard it. Share any listing that's in the office. I would still just be courteous with the listing agent and just say, hey, I really like your listing. I think I can get you a buyer. Do you mind if I share it? Common courtesy, not a requirement, because the listing belongs to the broker, not a requirement, but common courtesy. Still tell the listing agent. I'm sure the listing agent is going to appreciate that you're helping from.
So I think, one question.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking that prompt to AI. Okay, so I guess you're using Zapier to create the prompt in AI, then connect it back to the CRM, so the CRM takes action, sends out the note. Is that what you're doing?
That's what I was using. That's what I was doing.
Well,
I'm going to tell you what changed my way of seeing AI. What is now relieving me of a lot of pain, and that's why I invited my friends from my house so that they can talk about their technology, because it's great.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, one more thing. So, okay, so you were saying that you're connecting your Zapier to your Gmail, and you also have it connected to your CRM. So, okay, so that's your prompt. So how does your CRM know what an old lead is?
We can go over it after class. I just want to be mindful of everyone's time.
Do you see the faces of everyone?
So there's a lot. It's like, man,
Well, I get it, I'm just trying to find policy
It's
nowadays.
like, there's a lot of stuff. You see, I was in the same situation. But we still have to be top 10% because we need to have systems. Your database has business value, leads from a year, 2 years ago, they still have business value. And then your income, if you can produce income, that creates capacity to invest. Remember, to make money, you gotta spend money. Absolutely true. That's how I started using ads. Ads is what helped me grow on social media. And I thought it was easy, just boost post. Have we seen that boost post button on Instagram?
Yeah,
If you don't see it on your post, it's because you don't have a professional account or a creator account. So you just have to switch. It's free, but you have to switch. But then I didn't know that I had to do ad categories.
right.
I didn't know, we are in a business that is considered a special category. And there was one time that I had one post for housing, but I also included family, and it was rejected by Meta because it was available to kids. I'm like, I'm listing a house.
Let me tell you one thing, I have a professional account and I have a personal account.
Yeah.
The personal account that we opened like 2 months ago,
Uh,
every day in the personal account,
Yeah.
every day, at least I have put new followers.
Great.
But in the professional account, I don't have any, I don't know why.
we can look at after to see what are some of the things that could be causing that.
Okay.
There's a variety of things,
Okay.
but for something that I'm thinking is the professional account has not reached the plateau. That's the plateau that I was reaching at $200, and I needed to invest. And I did, and now I'm close to 11,000 followers and still growing. So these are things that it's like, this is more. If I already added a lot of stuff to confuse you, imagine having to worry about meta ads and all of the things that I need to do. Now I have a team that helps me set this up. Okay, so here at Whitebird, is there a tool that your agents can use to do ads?
They can, if they don't know how to do Meta, that many of they doesn't know how to, they can do Boost.
Okay,
But it's much expensive because it's the most cheap is, if there is something for 6 days or 6 days for, or 1 week for 67. But if you do Meta ads, you can do for much less.
yeah, meta ads,
But you know, it's like at the beginning, when the developers are first explaining how to do that, they were like, okay, so I just.
and even using platforms like Boost will charge its cut, right? You can pay for leads with the big aggregators online, like I'm not gonna name my name, but the Rs.coms and the Zs.com, you know who they are. You can pay for that, but that's taking money out of our commission.
Yeah, people here have the boost option, but we also can do the landing pages that you can put money after that to do the book. And the good thing about the boost with the CRM is that anyone that log in, they will be receiving a campaign at the moment, and they will be receiving feedback from you at the moment. So it can be anytime, and they will be receiving a text instantly doing follow-up after they register.
That's important. That's important to have a follow-up. There was a lady that I met by doing one of these classes that she signed up for Boost. She got about 200 leads on her first attempt. Great. But she didn't have a system that allowed her, it was a CRM similar to KV Core at the time. And it didn't let her do any follow-ups past a month. Because there was additional price involved. So if we track our metrics, like I've gotten down to knowing what my cost per appointment is per follower and referral rate. I encourage you to track the same metrics. It's going to be very important that you know how much money you're investing in your business. I even hired a VA. Anyone here have VAs, virtual assistants? I have 2 VAs. I have one that does my graphics, social media, and I have one that helps me with uploading things and creating videos. But I realized this, the VAs also need to sleep. But what happens overnight? What if they have their personal lives? I have to constantly follow up on them and say, hey, did we do this? Did we do that? Did we do this? So the VAs can help, but only to a certain extent. And the question is, should I be doing all of this myself? What do we think? Too much stuff. And what about your family? What about you taking care of yourself? What about enjoying the fruit of your labor?
But we gotta get some fruit though.
We gotta get some fruit, absolutely. Your time is also an asset. I'd rather you show properties, I'd rather you create referrals with other people, calling active clients, people that you've helped in the past too. Because anyone here worried that AI is gonna take their job?
Mhm.
I can tell you one thing, AI will never take away the human touch. Never. So I'd rather, at some point, you still call your clients personally. They're gonna appreciate that. Well.
I made an appellation from the court through the AI,
Okay,
because it's a specific, letters.
Yeah.
How to say have on phones or something.
right.
So it's.
It's here to help us. It's, AI is here to not take our job, but to be a thought partner. Think of AI as a thought partner. I have ideas. They're gonna come out even better, right? It's an assistant, but it's not here to replace you. Never. There's still things that as humans like humans. Humans don't like robots.
But it can knock you out if you stay behind and don't use the tools that are in.
And I said to myself, well, okay, like I know all of this AI technology, I can set all these things up, great. But it's taking still time to set it up. I have to realize now that there's additional costs that could be involved from the AI provider. Tools like Claude Cowork, for example, if you turn off your computer, you close the screen down, you turn off Claude, forget it, the automation goes away. It won't run on its own just by programming and closing the computer. The computer has to stay on and running. Yeah. Apple has made incredible profits this last quarter because a lot of people are buying MacBooks and Mac Minis. And the purpose for these is just to run these AI tools. So now you gotta buy another computer. Imagine that. Here's where I was like, there has to be a better solution to this. And I actually found it. Here's a scenario. What if you get a lead at 2 a.m? At 2:01, could be a voice call if it's maybe an international lead where they're already awake, or a text that comes out at 2 a.m. asking for further details and just welcoming the newbie within 1 minute. So we're doing it, under the 5-minute time. At 2:03, it qualifies the lead, and then by 9 a.m, when you wake up, you take over with already an appointment. And then you continue working the relationship with the client. I was like, there has to be something like this. And I started doing my research, and I came across the guys from La House. So La House is an AI company. And La House, all of the problems that I shared with you, they resolve. AI sales agent, think of it like your assistant. My assistant's name is Alex. There's also a marketing manager because they help you put together your ads. So you don't have to know about ads. And the wonderful thing too is that they help you stay on budget. Not a penny more after this amount. Okay. With the ads, the AI runs for a flat rate. So I'm not at the risk that it's going to charge me, okay, if I send a text message to this lead that hasn't been responding, will you charge me for text? No. Will you charge me for email? No.
So is that your virtual agent? Okay.
Instant response. How many of you use WhatsApp? So it does it through text and WhatsApp, email, and voice call. It knows over 50 languages. How many of you guys speak Spanish? Hablan español. Portuguese speakers. Se habla portugués. Many French speakers. Vous parlez français.
How about
He
those
does.
that need to?
What about the lead? What about the lead? What was that?
Then how about those that need to speak all those languages?
The thing knows it. It knows it. And it nurtures them until they set up an appointment with you. So it could take a day, a week, an hour, a year, flat rate. What do you pay per month?
And not only that, I would add something, is that I have companies like Olio, for example, that provide leads, but they take out like 35% of the revenue that we convert. Doing just this, they do ads, they have the lead, and they send the lead to you. And for that, they take you 35% of the whole amount, you have to share with them the out of the closing, so they can see how much it is, and they will bill after that.
Imagine 35%, let's say, remember all commissions are negotiable, I have to say my antitrust disclaimer. All commissions are negotiable, they're not set by law. But let's imagine a $10,000 commission. Imagine giving $3,500 for one deal to just someone that helped us do the automation that is now available for a lesser rate.
Exactly.
And if 24/7 nurture, it integrates with your CRM.
Can you put it up right now?
Yeah. There you go. Actually, I'm gonna do something better. Okay, so these guys are helping a lot of agents, and I said to them, let's start working together, they're helping me out, how can we help more people out? And here's where I tie back to what I'm doing with NAHREP, is how can we build wealth, reach the top 10%, while growing the value of your business? We gotta know where to invest. We gotta know where to delegate. We gotta know where to focus our time. So the guys from the house, they're asking 5 to 10 agents who want a lead conversion review. This is free, no commitment. This is actually to explore your options. They will help you see how to optimize your lead sources, your follow-up process, your appointed conversion, understand the compatibility with your CRM, and whether AI support makes sense. Free. This is how I started my journey with the house. I clicked on the QR code, I filled in my information, I set up a free demo. And that's where it was like, these guys can help me out. And that's the invitation that I have for all of you today. Definitely make good use of this, because I don't know for how long they're going to be offering this service, in which it's a flat rate. I tell them how much I want to spend on meta ads. They don't go past that. They have a team of people, humans, that are helping me with strategizing the ads that I'm going to do, the campaigns that I'm going to do, the look of my website. They provide me a website just to capture those new leads. They give a free website. The website is part of the package. And I invited them today so that they can answer any questions. If you want to still fill out the form so that you can have a one-on-one time with them. But I invited them today so that they can give you a preview of their tool. Okay. For my part, from NAHREP, we're here trying to build things that can help you. And there's a lot of AI tools out there. Take advantage of them. They still have their limitations. We now have to assess important things you're going to see it. Tokenization. Oh, I've run out of tokens. Oh, if I want to send an extra text message from my CRM, it'll be an extra 25 cents. I need to keep my costs as low as possible and then manage it too. And this is where La House answers this question. So this is all that I have for you all today. I want to thank you for your time. I will stick around for a few more minutes answering any questions. We have. Please introduce yourselves, gentlemen. They're here to answer your questions that you may have about the house.
Yeah, my name is Jairo. I'll face you guys for a second.
Give the camera too.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jairo. I am the head of US sales for the house. I'm here with my colleague Juan Pablo, who is also one of our head of sales in Colombia, Mexico, and the US. Yeah, first off, here to answer any questions about the solution that Ivan presented. The goal is really simple. The goal is to get you guys to continue to work at the pace that you're working, but be more efficient at your work. And I see this all the time and I do demos and I show live examples and they keep coming time over time where you see a lead come in at 3 o'clock in the morning. No joke. Somebody wakes up early, maybe they can't sleep or whatever it was. And yeah, and the AI responds in 10 seconds. But it's not just a generic response, where you see a chat bot where it's like, hi, thanks for coming on the website, enter your name, your phone number, and your email, and all it does is that it sends you guys an email. This is different. It's a very human AI assistant that will have a name, a personality, it's going to speak like you, it's going to greet clients like you, and it is going to qualify them so that when you wake up the next day, you realize that at 2 o'clock in the morning, your assistant had a conversation with someone and they have an appointment scheduled on your calendar at 2 p.m. this afternoon, but you know their name, their phone number, and their email. But you also know that they're looking for a townhouse that has 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath in Broward. They have a budget of about $600,000 to $800,000. They have 2 kids. They'd love a community pool if possible, and a backyard would be a huge bonus. And the appointment is confirmed on their calendar and your calendar for a Zoom call. So it is a highly qualified appointment that ends up in your inbox without you having to do anything. The only job that you all have to do is make content on social media. We run the campaigns for you. We segment the audience for you, and we train the AI to know everything about you and your listings and your properties and your company. We build a website for you. And the goal is to just make sure that 100% of your leads gets a response within 10 seconds. So it never goes into that dead zone that Ivan was talking about. And at the end of the day, we all know that some people answer and some people don't. So were you the honest one that said that you had followed up twice and we're still waiting?
Yeah.
So this system would do the same thing, but if it's 1,000 leads that you have to follow up with, it never forgets. We typically like to concentrate 7 or 8 touches in those first 30 days, and it's a combination of messages and phone calls. It will do outbound and inbound phone calls. And even if they don't answer then, we still do a touch, less frequent, but there's a constant touch. And we've seen people come back after 3, 4, 5 months because you never forgot about it. And so that is also a huge value added, where you don't have to worry about that I follow up with this person, or you blink and it's been 2 weeks. And you haven't come sad again. They forgot about you, you forgot about them. This so I'll be able to stick around for a little bit. I'll share my contact information for those that want to have an appointment with me, or on follow as well. So yeah, I wanted to keep it brief because I know it's been a long class, but here to answer any questions that you have and post appointments and.
We'll be around, and again, if you don't have the time today, still take me up on the offer, because that's how I got started working with them. And it's just a free consultation, scan the QR code, make sure you fill out the form, and that way Tyler and his team will be able to get with you and explore your options, see if it even makes sense. So thank you guys for your time. You have a nice day.
Anyone online have any questions? Well, this is it for today. Thank you very much for being here. Bye.
So, Rochelle, if a number